Hi, thank you for joining me here again today. I'm continuing along with describing a client that came to see me and the issues that she brought forward, cards that I drew, and how those cards were interpreted. The client that came to see me today is a woman in her 50s. She is married with a couple of grown children, and what she wanted to talk about today was one of her adult children who is a mother herself of 3 and is married to a man who has had a number of very serious health issues. Her daughter and her husband are in business together, and the business has been struggling. They've been struggling financially for quite some time, and my client didn't realize just how severe their finances were until recently. So they have been, her and her husband have been helping them out. But there's been conflicts about how the money is being spent, and there's been some dishonesty on the part of her daughter. So she had a couple of questions that were pressing about the situation. One was, what's going on with her and her daughter's relationship? So I said, I felt that the 10 of Wands were describing what was really going on here. And obviously, there was a lot of work on her part to improve their relationship, to open up lines of communication. My client's a Gemini, and so that is the sign of communication. She wanted more speaking, more honesty, and more transparency, obviously. But she was confused about her daughter. She said she felt that her daughter was not liking her very much, was shutting her down, seemed to be angry at her all the time, and she just couldn't understand why her daughter was so angry at her. And that came up, the 5 of Wands. And so the 5 of Wands is, of course, a strife and struggle card, and a card of competition. And I said, I think your daughter is very jealous of you. And she said, that's exactly what my husband said, that he thought she was very jealous of me. And I said, I think that's the problem. And I said, think about when your daughter was 14, what was going on in her life. And she said just got into drugs at that time. So her daughter did have a drug problem as a teenager, and I said that's exactly so, because it feels to me like your daughter stopped maturing after 14. Like it's like the record stopped there. And then I asked her if her daughter drank a lot, which had come up the 5 of Cups, and which is sadness, depression, melancholy, but I felt there was something going on here with alcohol. And indeed, she said her husband had said she's drinking pretty heavily. I said, I think she's an alcoholic, to be honest. And so I think some of the reason why she seems uncommunicative and her behavior seems really odd is because she's drinking really heavily. And there's times when she does speak with you that she's, frankly drunk. And she doesn't want you to know. And if she knew that her husband had told you that, she'd be absolutely furious. So I said, you have got 2 issues going on here. One is that she is an alcoholic. And 2 is that she's very, very jealous and resentful of you. So that means it's not really within your power to change or improve this relationship. And she said, Kathleen, even though this wasn't all good news, she said, I just have to tell you how relieved I am to just know this, and now I know what I have to do. Now she asked too about her son-in-law's health and whether he was going to be okay. And the cards had suggested, in fact, no. His health, there were a couple of problems which had come up, the Two of Pentacles. There's a juggling card, busy. I said right now, physically, this would indicate there's two major problems going on here, and it's making him very busy. And my intuition is telling me that his struggles are far from over. Then she wanted to know about her husband's health, and indeed that had come up. The Five of Wands, which is strife and struggle. So I said, you know, it's suggesting by next summer there are some issues that will mean that your husband has to work harder to stay the same, kind of thing. So he'll have probably make some adjustments to his lifestyle. And there will be challenges, not life-threatening certainly, but challenges going forward with his health that he hasn't had previously. And then she asked about her own health, and that too had come up with strife and struggle, which was the Seven of Wands. So there's struggles certainly with her health ahead. However, nothing that would be life-threatening or, you know, not as, could be scary, because as you can see in the Seven of Wands, there's a number of sort of wands raised against her, which are symbolic of challenges or difficulties. But she's rising above them all here. So I said, you really are able to rise above these health challenges, but I have a sense that you'll certainly have indicators of what's ahead for your health by fall's end. And she said, I have some tests that I have to start going through. I've had some bowel issues, and there'll be some tests I have to do over the next month. So I said, by the end of those tests, then you'll have a diagnosis and a way forward. But just remember, I said, it won't be life-threatening. You will ascend or rise above the challenges. Yeah, you'll be okay. So thank you once again for joining me here today for another tarot reading. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you'll get a notification in your email when I have uploaded another video, which does happen regularly. So thank you again, and we'll see you again here soon. Bye for now.